Roses are red, violets are blue. Megaman is hard, and so am I. Fuck you. Do you like Megaman? No? Good, here's the durian instead, because it's probably easier to beat that than Megaman. I've never played any Mega Man game or ever cared about the Mega Man series, but recently I got this urge to try it out for the first time. The original Mega Man was developed and published by Capcom in 1987 for the NES. The game was based on rock paper scissors because each weapon deals a huge amount of damage for one specific robot master. But who the hell are the robot masters, you might ask? That's a brilliant question, Tommy. Let's see who are the robot masters. They are these happy and kind robots who doesn't want to harm you at all. Until they do. You see, Dr. Wily reprogrammed them to attack citizens, and Dr. Light's helper robot has to stop him before he could take over the world, or whatever, because I have no idea what happened in the game, because this whole story was in the manual, and I don't have the manual, but I looked it up online, and it still doesn't really make sense. It's just the evil scientist want to do evil things, and the good scientist have to stop him. That's the story. So if you can get your hands on the manual, then you will just be thrown into the game with no explanation whatsoever, and you will die, and die, and die, and die, and die. Until you figure out how you shouldn't. Makes you wonder that Mega Man is kinda like Dark Souls, with a blue little boy, isn't it? If Mega Man is a boy, what's so man about him? Why isn't it Mega Boy or Mega Lovania or... But Mega Man's strength isn't the story, it's the gameplay. And how is that? The difficulty curve is over the moon. You know what, screw that, it's over the Saturn. The moment you press start, you are in the game facing 6 levels. The game is a run-and-gun action 2D platformer game with the most precise and unforgiving platformer parts I've ever seen. Enemies are coming for you from all directions, there are enemies you can't pass without getting hit if you don't have the correct weapon. So yeah, because I've never played or seen any Mega Man game before, I was completely clueless, so I picked Eggman stage and I died. What a surprise. I died, so I tried every single robot master, and Cutman was the only one I could get to with full health. That was the only one. So I was like, alright, this is doable, this is good, this is doable. And fair enough, after a lot of tries, I beat him. Or it. I mean, he's a robot. Do they count as people? But this is the game for the most part. Trial and error, platforming and shooting. Enemies can shoot through walls, but so can you. Every enemy has a weakness and you have to try every single weapon until you find it. But for the most part, after you find the weakness, it becomes a very easy fight. I mean, look how fast I annihilated Iceman with Eggman's power. Because we all know that thunder is stronger than ice. But at the same time, fire is stronger than ice in real life, but here is the opposite. It's like in rock, paper, scissors, paper said no you to scissors and just killed it. But getting there is what's the hardest part of the game, and the game punishes you for not being good enough. When you die, you get back your HP, for sure, but not your ammo for the boss weapons, so if you don't have any more ammo for the weapons, then you should just die and start all over again. Oh, finally! Oh my god, finally I did this part, this was so hard, finally I can move along it. This game is cruel. I feel like this game is just an arcade game for home consoles, and yeah, sure, after looking into it, yes, I was correct. The team behind the game used to be an arcade game developer, and you know how the arcade games were the cash grabs of the 80s? You thought mobile games were pay to win? At least for the most part, you can just wait until you get more life or energy or whatever the game operates with. But with arcades, you had to put money into the machine to get lives. So it was hard. Why am I saying this like I ever played any arcade games and I know what I'm talking about? Like, I told the last sentence, like, I lost so much money on arcade games, which is just not true because I've never played any. But no boss is harder than this clay monster thing. Learning the pattern for this was a nightmare, but I think this is the most appealing factor of the game. Getting over the impossible. It's really like Dark Souls in that sense, because after you defeat an impossible to kill enemy, you get the biggest euphoria ever. And I didn't use any pause glitch, I didn't even know it existed until after I already finished the game, But even if I knew it existed, I wouldn't use it because that wasn't the intended way to play the game and to defeat this boss. So I learned the pattern and I killed him, and this was amazing. I was so goddamn happy. Finally I can finish the game and I don't have to worry about this ever. Oh, that was another level. Oh, cool. And because I played this stage over and over again, I realized something. If this old man's hair and beard is white, then why isn't his eyebrows white? Isn't it supposed to turn white as well? Or is he painting his eyebrows brown because it looks cooler? I don't know. And what is that thing? Is that a second tongue? And why does he look like that old man from Once Upon a Time? And before you ask, yes, I saw this Mega Buster thing on my first playthrough, but I couldn't get it, which meant I had to go back for it, because on the final stage you can't finish the level without this platform-making super weapon. Oh, and you know what's the funniest thing ever? Rewatching the first video I recorded, sped up, because it looks like a helpless bug who can't turn himself over and just struggles there. And look how bad I was! And I loved how you have to face every single Robot Master at the end, because it really shows how much you evolved as a player. Finally, you won't get defeated because you are stronger now, you can do it, you know their weak points, and oh, I died. But never mind. Megaman, the game where you have to wait minutes for a platform to get down for you. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, you ogre? Shrek wants his ears back so he can make candles for you, so come down here. And now you can't unsee Shrek's ears on these things. You are welcome. Also, the design of the Robot Masters are not my favorite, to be honest. I get that the NES could only work with 56 colors and it makes hard to make different character designs, and that's why they mostly use black, yellow, red, and silver and blue on Iceman. But what I'm trying to say, they are not really unique. I guess they are not really standing out from the others. And probably that's why Iceman is my favorite if I have to choose, because his design is really distinct from the others and his power can defeat this pump guy, and I hate that guy, so thank you, Iceman. And why does Iceman's mouse has to be like this? What are you planning, Iceman? You want an icicle or something? Like, no, I won't give you my icicle. Don't plan on it, please. And the music is good, actually. For me, 8-bit games music is really a hit or miss, because for the most part they are too high-pitched for me, but Mega Man's music is really good. I mean, to be fair, I can't really recall which song was on what stage, but if I hear them, I know I love them. And this flying thing can be tricky, but not impossible. You just don't have to use the rock at the start, because then you are just dead for the rest of the fight. Just wait it out and throw the rocks at it at the end. And the last fight against Wily is not that hard, actually. It's easy to predict the patterns, and I think it was the boss I defeated the fastest. And after his defeat, Wily begs for forgiveness and Mega Man leaves him there, because we all know how evil scientists can change their hearts after being defeated, and I'm sure he won't come back in the next game. But as the first Mega Man game of the franchise, it's decent. That's the only word I can think of. It's a really short game, but the difficulty made it 5.5 hours long for me, with a little bit of frustration on the side, so it was perfect. If you like arcade-style games, then go for it. If you just want something challenging, then also go for it. But even if you don't care enough to buy it, but would give it a go, then I bet there are tons of emulators you can use. So this concludes Mega Man 1. It's decent, the music is good, but there are a lot of room for improvement, which is good because there are a lot of other games. If you ever died in a Mega Man game, then you have to like and subscribe, but if you ever did a no-hit run for Mega Man 1 and succeeded, then I ask you to press dislike, because you deserve it. Please tell me what you think about the first Mega Man game, whether you like it or not, and have a nice day and goodbye everyone.